Now orbiting Kadara. Standing order for all incoming ships. The port is a ceasefire zone by order of Sloane Kelly. She was head of Nexus Security.
Be ready for anything, and keep comms open. Should hear from our Resistance contact soon.
A mountainous world originally settled by the Angara, Kadara is now a haven for Nexus exiles and pirates. In addition to this criminal element, the planet is plagued by toxic water caused by an atypical amount of sulfide minerals. Fingers crossed.
Incoming call. Patching it through.
There's been a development regarding the spy, Venturev. Rendezvous at Crawler's Song. Your contact's codename is Shayna.
Shayna. Got it. That's one hell of a welcome sign.
Exiles have stepped up their game since the revolt.
Not too shabby for folk who got kicked off the station with nothing to show for it.
Maybe we can get them back on our side.
We know they can fight Ket.
Our supplier's waiting. Come on, we're gonna be late.
Do I even want to know?
Nope.
How are we supposed to survive out there?
Look for an email from Knight.
You're no better than the Nexus.
Don't blame us because you couldn't pay your fees.
Sloane's not running a fucking charity.
Don't mind me.
You can't do this.
This is a home.
Should have paid your protection fees then.
And Sloane wonders why people join the collective.
Say that again. I dare you.
What are you doing to these people?
Nothing they weren't expecting. Port's got 2 rules. No guns and pay your protection fees.
What are you, the mob?
Other way around. Outcasts of the law in Kadara. You got a problem with that? You can join these assholes.
Pathfinder, it will be difficult to find the spy if you're barred from the city.
Guess that's true.
What was that?
Nothing. I'll be on my way.
Creep.
So yeah, unfortunately I can't do anything to stop that. This is that kind of a place. A mods merchant. Oh, finally.
Nice gear. Could find something better. Check the console.
I've been looking for an edge.
Out here, you'll need it.
Unfortunately, these are not as good as I could hopefully get. But since I don't have any mods at all, I guess I'll just have to go ahead and resort to these in the meantime. Assault rifle, pistol. Some of these do have some negative things on them. Like this one here. More melee damage, but more weight. By the way, I now have my 4th weapon, so I know I don't really need to, since I'm playing a Vanguard, but I went ahead and crafted a really good sniper rifle just to say I have it. I don't know how often I'll actually use it, since I am a Vanguard, but I figured, hey, may as well go ahead and make it, and then I won't have to have another sniper rifle for the rest of the game, honestly, because it's probably one of the best I could make. And I'll have that in the meantime while waiting to see if I can get some of the other ones I need for the other weapons.
I want to buy a
Arms dealer,
Got plenty of those.
armor merchant.
What did you say? Never mind.
We'll head this way in a bit. First, we have to go meet our contact at the bar.
Watch where you're going.
Crawl a song.
Listen, Carl.
That's a Krogan said a little too much.
Hey!
Piss off.
You order, you pay.
I said...
You look like you're waiting for someone.
I've got time for a drink.
He was nice enough to offer me one. May as well not be rude and take it.
Shayna. But you can call me Reyes. I hate code names.
I was expecting someone more Angaran.
The Resistance pays me to supply information, among other things.
So you're a smuggler?
Your man, Venterev, was arrested by Sloane Kelly, leader of the Outcasts. Word spread about what he did to Moshe Sefa. The people are calling for his execution. And Sloane? She's a woman of the people.
Yeah, we'll learn more about Sloane later, but for the moment, let's go ahead and talk about Reyes. So first off, it actually bothers me as someone who has a actual ethnic heritage in the... I'm pretty sure Cuban falls into the Hispanic or ethnicity background. I am half Cuban, therefore it's literally in my blood that I am, I guess you could say I'm either Latin or Hispanic. I like to think Hispanic, but I'm sure that's a little debatable. But anyway, my point is, as someone who has that in his blood and has been taught by my father, how to properly pronounce certain words, like in his case, you don't say Reyes, you say Reyes. You roll the R. That's how you properly say his name. Especially my uncle, who had a very thick Cuban accent, he would have called him Reyes. Reyes Vidal. That's how we would have said his name. And it literally bothers me that he's not saying it that way. But that's how I've called him in this game. But Reyes is, I'm sorry, Reyes, but I'll just go ahead and say Reyes, just to make it easier and simpler. Reyes is an interesting character. Now, of course, he's a smuggler, so you immediately get that, so he's supposed to be like a Han Solo type of character. He's not a one-to-one comparison, not exactly, but we will definitely learn more about Reyes as we spend time with him here on this planet, and get to find out that there is definitely more to him than what we first see here when we first meet him. And he's actually kind of interesting.
Dress it up however you want. She's a criminal.
You work for the Initiative. Sloane was part of the uprising on the Nexus. I doubt she'll give Ven up easily.
Maybe she'll agree to a deal.
There might be another way to get to Ven. You work Sloan. I'll talk to the Resistance.
How do I contact you if things go south?
I think that's his way of saying,
Hey,
I'll contact
you.
you.
Gotta pay.
Sorry.
Keep the change.
Always do.
So now, we have to actually go meet Sloan Kelly. By the way, if she looks a little different compared to how you've
Sam,
normally seen her, that's
tell me
because I
about
found a
Sloan
mod.
Kelly.
Before joining the initiative as head of Nexus Security, Miss Kelly served in the Alliance with a nearly spotless record.
Nearly?
She was involved in multiple altercations with other officers.
A hothead. Great.
That alters her appearance a bit.
Plenty of armor for new recruits.
Hey, a model. I caught 2 more recruits rifling through the stock. We need locks. Don't give a crap if it sends a message of distrust. I don't trust them. 3 crates of good ale have gone missing this month alone. One of these a-holes is to blame. We might all wear the same colors, but these rookies aren't of the same caliber as you and me. McAfee. Or McAfee. Alright.
Phone's inside. Mind your damn manners.
Of course.
Focus defenses here and here. The Ket have been quiet for too long. What?
So, I don't know if you noticed, but the throne that she is sitting on is basically like a sofa, or, you know, or I guess one of those I guess some call it a love seat. It's not as big as a full-on sofa or couch, but it's just kind of shoved over there to look like a throne for her to sit on.
That's quite the throne. Should I bow? Kiss your ring?
Very funny. So, what brings a Pathfinder to our humble port?
Ven Terev. Name ring any bells?
What's he to you? And don't lie to me.
I need him so I can infiltrate a Ket flagship. You've obviously got no love for the Ket. I'm doing you a favor.
Kadara is an Angaran port. They want Ven dead, and I want to keep them happy.
This is bigger than local politics.
You don't need Ven. You need his intel. Talk to him before I put his head on a spike.
I believe this is a choice that can actually, well, let's just say that Ephra wouldn't be too happy if I made that call, if I decided to let Kelly kill him. Because, remember, the Moshai and Ephra want Ven to come back alive so they can, yeah. So, we gotta do this, we gotta defy Kelly here and figure out a way around this without her knowing.
Ven should be judged by the Resistance, not you.
I don't have time for a morality debate. Dismissed.
Your Highness.
You must have a death wish coming back.
That could have gone better.
Perhaps Mr. Vidal had more success.
Let's go have a chat with Reyes.
Pathfinder, over here. Have a nice chat?
I think she likes me.
Don't worry. I found a workaround.
Let me guess. It comes with strings attached.
Not any new ones. Remember, Ephra wants Ven alive, so when you get inside, give him this. That'll eat through whatever Sloane's holding him in, and it can't be traced back to us. A Resistance agent will be waiting to pick Ven up.
What if he makes a run for it?
It's covered. You just focus on whatever it is you need from Ven. There's a maintenance shaft around the corner, sending the access code to your Omni tool. That'll get you inside. You should be able to handle the rest.
Thanks. You're a lifesaver.
Literally, in Ven's case. When you're done, come to Tartarus. First round's on me. I promise.
Here we go.
This appears to be the maintenance shaft Reyes mentioned.
Alright, let's punch in the access code. Looks like it leads to a stockroom. Sam, anyone up there?
No heat signatures detected.
Oops.
The room is clear to enter.
Hello, Ven.
What do you want?
The Archon's ship. Where is it?
This a new interrogation tactic? Sloane's getting lazy.
I'm not with Sloane. Ephra sent me. Answer my questions and I can get you back to the Resistance.
So I'm trading one cell for another?
Then, you betrayed the Moshai. You're lucky Ephra wants you at all.
For all his faults, the old man's not an executioner.
The Archon's ship. Where is it?
I never saw it. Got my orders from a Ket transponder. But you could use its frequency to triangulate the Archon's location.
Do you still have it?
I buried it before I was arrested. Should still be outside the city.
This is your way out of here. A Resistance contact will be waiting.
Don't you want to know why I did it? Why I betrayed the Moshai?
By the way, if you had agreed to Sloane Kelly's deal, they would have let you in, and you wouldn't have had that thing about the Resistance pickup. You would have just been like, you can just wait here until Kelly basically takes your head. So,
enlighten me.
We're losing the war against the Ket, and still, Ephra puts my brothers and sisters in danger to protect a useless old woman.
So you took things into your own hands?
I made the call he wouldn't. The Archon only wanted the Moshai. I thought if I gave her up... I didn't know what the Ket were doing to my people.
You resent Ephra, so the Archon used that against you.
If Ephra was a better leader... it doesn't matter. And I'll accept the consequences.
Pathfinder, the communicator is buried outside the ceasefire zone. I suggest bringing a squad.
Vetra, Drac, are you back from... whatever it was you were doing?
Yep, our completely legitimate business deal went off without a hitch.
Benefit of bringing a Krogan along.
Tell Gil to prep the Nomad. I need to go outside the city.
and this is where some of the issues I've encountered have happened. This area outside. But new things have popped up here. Like this.
You've all seen a dead body before. Move along. The charlatan strikes again.
If you would like, Pathfinder, I could provide an analysis of the deceased. He's Angaran. There are multiple lacerations on the face and abdomen.
Another body? I don't get paid enough for this shit.
There's been more than one murder?
7 by my count, but that's all I know.
Perhaps Mr. Vidal would have more information, Pathfinder.
And the place he said we could meet him is just inside the area that we can leave to go to the Badlands.
You okay?
What? Oh, yeah, of course.
If you get whatever it is off your chest, you might feel better.
Doubtful, but it's worth a shot. I joined the Outcasts a few weeks ago. Titus tasked me with collecting protection fees. Thought it'd be easy. But we talked to so many people, I got the names mixed up and banished someone who paid their fee.
They didn't protest it?
Of course, she did. But they all do. We don't really listen.
What are the chances she's still alive?
I don't know. Slim. The Badlands are bad. I thought about looking for her, but I can't risk Titus finding out I screwed up. I need this job to feed my little brother. Our mom's still in cryo on the Nexus. He's got no one else.
I'll look for her. Just tell me her name and any clues about where she might be.
Remy Tamayo. She would have gone to the slums for processing. After that, no idea. The warden might know. Everyone who's banished to the Badlands goes through him.
So yeah, the Badlands is a place where they banish people here. Remember, it's the place with all the toxic water and such.
You'll be fine.
So to get there, I'm going to go ahead and make a separate save here. Again, this is where I've had some issues. To get there, we use this transit console. We then go ahead and say, take a lift to the slums. So this is where our new loadout is going to be, because we're going to need our squad. You can see I have the Black Widow sniper rifle. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this rifle from the previous Mass Effect games, right? I was able to... I got the research done, and then it showed I had the materials to go ahead and make the highest level 10 version of it. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and make it. Yeah. I'll go ahead and worry about putting the mods on my weapons later. But basically, I didn't have the materials to make any other important weapons, like a better shotgun and such. I could make a Krogan hammer, but I'm kind of tempted to just hold off and make something else, even though I haven't really done any melee in this. I should, as a Vanguard, I should do some melee. So let's see. I think for now, let's take Vetra, and let's take Drac. We'll let Cora go ahead and sit for a bit. Why does it show that? Oh, okay, that's why. Alright. Funny, it's called a Black Widow. It's supposed to be black, and yet it's going to be golden. So that's an extra quest over there. So the place that Reyes wanted us to meet him...
At the center is Tartarus, a nightclub.
That's
this
where
place.
Reyes said he'd be.
Yeah.
Not a bad little dive.
By the way, remember that Turian that we had exiled because of the attempted murder?
My. Look who's crossed my path. Pathfinder Rider. Remember me? The innocent man you exiled?
Nilken Rensis. So, you found your way to Kadara.
Not many places Mariette and I could have ended up. Other than dead, of course.
So your wife stuck by you?
Surprised? I told her the truth. She struggled with it. That day on Eos, I did what was necessary to survive. Mariette sees that. Turns out this life suits us. There's freedom in living by your wits. And we've had to rely on each other completely.
So you still stand by your actions. No lesson was learned.
Oh, I learned a lot. Just maybe not what you wanted. I suppose I should thank you. So thank you, Pathfinder. I'll give Mariette your best.
So yeah, this is his fate if we exile him.
A moment, please. Want to make some easy credits?
Only if it's legal.
Of course. As you may know, Kadara's most valuable trade is scrap and resources stolen from the Nexus. But that well's running dry.
I'm not stealing for you.
Not my goal. My focus is resources native to Andromeda. I have it on good authority there's a large barite deposit in Draleer. Barite's going to be big.
You don't say.
I sent a surveyor to check it out, but he hasn't returned. All I need from you is peace of mind.
That's a big cigar he's got.
Send me his last nav point. I'll check on him.
Much appreciated.
Alright, Reyes is upstairs.
Tell her to call later. I'm drinking. And leave the bottle.
Thanks for the terminal in the room. As always, you're a king among men, Reyes. King among men? Hardly. It's not like I gave you them for free, but you're welcome all the same. See you for drinks later. Mr. Vidal, word around Kadara Port is you're a man who can acquire and deliver items quickly and discreetly. I have need of such a man. Write me back if you're interested. I am sure we can work something out. Meet me at Kralos tomorrow night. I'd like to meet my clients face to face. Until then, please don't send any details through mail. I make it a practice not to leave a paper trail. Reyes.
Ryder, glad you're here. I'm sure you've heard about the murders.
There's a fresh body outside Kralos. Some of the locals say it's the charlatan's handiwork.
I don't buy it. The charlatan is discreet, careful. Whoever did this wanted the bodies found.
Making a statement.
But to who?
The killer could be unhappy with how Sloane's running things.
Less than a third of the victims are outcasts. No. If I was a betting man, and I am, I'd say it was the Rokar.
Why would Rokar be in Kadara Port?
It's Angaran built, and before Sloane, Angaran run. I think the Rokar came here looking for new recruits, and things got out of hand.
And the Angara victims? How do they fit into your theory?
I did some digging. All of the deceased Angara were public Milky Way sympathizers.
So the victims either were from the Milky Way...
or supported us. It's the only pattern I could find.
An Angaran port run by aliens would be a prime target for their cause.
Problem is, I've got no proof. And the Resistance doesn't want to antagonize the Rokar.
Guessing that's where I come in.
I need that fancy AI of yours to scan for evidence that could implicate the Rokar. People are scared, Ryder. This is your opportunity to win friends in Kadara Port.
Looks like I'm adding detective to my growing list of titles.
Detectives find things, and you're...
a pathfinder. Yeah, I got it.
One of the crime scenes isn't far. Give me a call when you get there. Got word from one of my colleagues. Ventarev made it off Kadara. He's a free man. Thanks to you.
It was the Resistance's call.
But you made it happen.
Things are looking less than friendly between the Collective and the Outcasts.
Not everyone's happy living under Sloane's thumb. Whatever resources Kadara has goes to the Outcasts. The rest of us get scraps. The Collective claims to be different, but it's hard to trust a faceless leader.
Especially with a title like the Charlatan.
Have to admit, I'm jealous. That's a better nickname than Shayna.
Any idea where the Collective operates?
Rumor has it they have a swanky hideout in one of the caves in Draleer. I've never seen it myself.
Your code name, Shayna. What's it mean?
It's the Angaran word for mouth. I'm good with words.
Uh-huh. A regular poet.
I didn't choose it.
Did you play a big part in the mutiny on the Nexus?
I had nothing to do with that shit show.
Then why'd you leave?
The way Tan handled things didn't exactly inspire confidence. Decided I could do better on my own. So I jumped ship with the rest of them. Ended up here.
How long have you worked with the Resistance?
Few months. When Sloan saved Kadara port from the Ket, Ephra wanted eyes and ears on the ground. Figured people would be more loose-lipped around their own kind. He was right.
Sloan's tough, but so are the Ket. How'd she take them out?
Never underestimate the element of surprise. The Ket weren't ready for an ambush, but they know her tactics now. Next time, Sloan won't be so lucky.
I better get going.
Ryder.
Yeah?
Don't take this the wrong way, but you're not really liked here in Kadara port.
Ouch.
What I'm saying is, you need a friend. Someone on the inside to help you out. I can be that guy. You need intel on exiles, Sloan, whatever. Come to me.
Thanks. I think.
Alright, so now that we've chatted with him, let's go see the Warden on our way out towards getting the Nomad out. And it's right over here. You see that monolith there? So yeah, this is the open area that I was talking about. This is why this place is literally divided into a hub area and an exploration area. This is the Warden.
If you're thinking of heading into the Badlands, well, you may never come back.
What do you know about the situation out there?
You might say I'm the Warden of the Badlands. It's not a place for tourists. Tough beyond these walls.
What does tough look like?
A graveyard of people who are either dead or soon will be. Badlands are Kadara's dumping ground, like a giant prison. When you're too nasty for even this place, we kick you out there.
You mean exiles who get exiled?
Yep, worst of the worst. And some of them want to be there. Got secrets to hide, I guess. The water's toxic. Sulfur springs are everywhere. Have a nasty habit of catching fire. Yeah, so have at it. Knock yourself out.
I'm looking for a Remy Tamayo. Any idea where I might find her?
Tamayo. Oh, yeah. She's the one who kept insisting she's innocent.
She is innocent. The outcast collecting the fees made a mistake. Remy paid up.
Well, shit. That's never happened before.
Not here to point fingers. I just want to find her.
Look at you, playing the hero. Last time I saw your girl, she was talking with Johan and his crew. Nasty bunch. I'll send you the nav point to their last known location. Prepare for a fight.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
So yeah, you notice how choppy it's getting for me? Yeah. This is a constant issue for me on this planet. I'm not really sure why, other than I guess the environment is just really demanding on my machine. And I'm sure it's going to be that way until I eventually upgrade it. Someday.
Alright, Sam. Show me what we've got.
Kadara's water is dense with sulfide minerals, the oxidation of which produces toxic streams and lakes.
Never liked swimming much anyways.
That is fortunate. Even the Nomad's shields cannot withstand the water's corrosive properties. The presence of monoliths suggests a vault that might reduce the acidity. However, outlaws, pirates, and other unsavory exiles inhabit Kadara's hills. The further you travel from the mountain, the more dangerous it will become.
Good to know. Let's get out there.
All right. Check your email. Talk to Sam on the Tempest. Alright, so other stuff is now seems to be opening up. So here's the thing. Now I'm going to attempt to actually go back to the Tempest. I'm going to save again. Because this has been an issue for me.
What's up, Ryder? Why an emergency meeting?
I didn't call it.
I did. Got some disturbing news while we were on Kadara. There's some tension at the Krogan colony on Eladin. It's bad.
Tension among Krogan? You don't say.
I wouldn't waste your time with this if it wasn't important. We need to go.
I agree. Nakmor Morta made herself overlord of the colony. It's weird.
No. Our priority is the Archon. We have to remain focused on his next move.
Jall's right.
I know dealing with so many unknowns is frustrating, but we need to hear each other out.
Well, as long as we're pitching stuff, I overheard outlaws on Kadara talking about activity in the Ramov system.
No, that's the system where the Turian Golden World was supposed to be.
Ramov? There aren't any viable planets there. Only an asteroid field with mining ventures run by criminals.
I hear Eladin's pretty rough too. Roving scavengers with nothing to lose.
Crap. No one fights harder than people with nothing to lose.
We still have to find the Ket transponder. That'll lead us to the Archon's ship.
Our goal is to create our home here. You never know how something might fit in. Anyway, get Callow the nav points for both Eladin and that potential Turian Golden World. We want all our options ready to go. Hey, I didn't say dismissed or meeting adjourned or anything. Meeting adjourned. As you were.
So yeah, now even more stuff has opened up here. And Eladin is another world that we'll be able to actually go travel. This other HO47C, not quite, but you'll see what's going on when we get there.
Yay, more cans.
Are you sure about that, Lexi? We don't know how long we're going to need the rations to last. Even trading with Kadara and Aya, we don't have a reliable food source in Helios yet. I'm sure you'll find a way.
Better not go running off on Kadara. Might end up in another cage. Or someone's stew.
It looks wise. And those are tool-using paws. Are you sure it's not more intelligent than us?
Hey, Jal? Didn't mean to scare you.
What? I'm not scared. 1 second.
What's going on in here? You look busy.
If I'm busy, my mind is occupied with whatever I'm working on, rather than worrying.
I can see how that'd help.
I'd like your advice on something. I'm making gifts for everyone. I have a list.
Gifts?
Do Turians like poetry? For Vetra, I'm writing a poem and engraving it on... I'm not sure yet.
Who doesn't like a personalized poem?
Great. Maybe I could just recite it for her.
Make sure I'm there for that.
Liam seems to like my Rofgin. I might sew him one.
He does.
Do Krogan like knives? I could craft a ceremonial Angaran dagger for Drak.
Who wouldn't want that?
It's mainly decorative. Would you like one?
Jal, this is a lot of work. What's really going on?
I'm sure that I seem confident and skilled to you, but I'm not. Or I don't feel like I am.
I think most people feel like that.
I want to fit in. I want to make a difference.
And most people probably think the same thing.
My family is well known. Our lineage is respected, and many of my kin have achieved great things. I've never been one of them. So many older siblings and cousins who succeeded at everything. I stopped trying to keep up.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
You're one of us now, Jal.
Whoops. Alright, so we will be holding off on getting the transponder for a while. Like I said, now that some other things have opened up here, we're going to be doing some other things. Plus, more systems have now opened up as a result as well. You'll see that there's some other things here, but like I said, we will probably hold off on doing some of that as well. This is the thing I'm really, of course, interested in, doing and showing you guys. We got to go check our email to find an update regarding the Turian Ark. We have to talk to Sam, I guess in our room, about what is going on for Drac. We have to go back to Vold and get the Remtech for PB. We still have to wait for Cora to find out more info. And we have to go to Havarl to talk to that guy for Jal. But let's go check our email real quick.
Pathfinder, you have new email.
Actually, let's go down to our room since we also have to talk to Sam.
That woman I keep seeing.
Oh, look at that. Looks like there is a update from Cora, and I guess also a message from Vetra. Let's talk to Sam first, and then we'll look at our email.
Pathfinder, I've retrieved actionable intel from the security vid of Spender.
What did you find?
Updating your system with the nav point.
Ryder, I had a breakthrough on the location of the Asari Ark. Please come talk to me on the Tempest, ASAP. Cora. Ryder, as an encrypted message came from Sid, says that she wants to talk to us. It sounds urgent. I'm gonna need you for this one, so swing by when you can. Vetra. Ryder, I'm hearing rumors that scavengers found pieces of an Ark on a planet called Eladon. Might be nothing but worth checking out. Avidus. From unknown sender, Ryder. I must be brief, but I hear my virus was a success and Sam is disconnected. Excellent news. We should talk in person. I've enclosed the nav point for our sanctuary on Kadara. The virus was only a first step. You could be a strong ally in future efforts. Knight. From Captain Dunn, Ryder, please see me on the Hyperion deck to discuss a sensitive matter. Done. Sidera. Dear Pathfinder, this is Sidera, Vetra's sister, but everyone calls me Sid. I know this isn't following protocol, but because who am I to contact a Pathfinder through their personal console, right? But I know Vetra will tell me that I'm overreacting, and I swear I wouldn't do this unless I thought it was something serious. That's just stuff. There's just stuff going on here that doesn't really add up, and people are getting hurt. It's hard to explain. Can we talk in person? I'm in operations. Thanks, Sid. One of my friends from Kadara sent a list of tips for surviving there. It's mostly common sense, but there are some gems. No one knows who the charlatan is. Asking's dangerous. Be really careful dealing with Sloane and anyone who works for her. Politics in Kadara are less about who's got the biggest stick and more about who's willing to use the sticks that they have in creative ways. There's a hole-in-the-wall place in the slums that makes the best cup of Quila. Do not mix Quila with other stimulants, no matter what anyone says. Humans only. Don't ask Humi the bartender to surprise you. Vetra. The Nexus Cultural Exchange. To Ryder, we are currently hosting the first Angaran ambassador to the Nexus, Issa de Navarre. Despite the importance of your duties, we hope that your next return to the station will coincide with his visit. A cordial meeting between the Pathfinder to first reach Aya and the Angaran ambassador could set the tone for our relations in the future. Respectfully yours, Lana Tesafra, Chief of Staff, Nexus Cultural Exchange. From Drac. Last time I was on Kadara, I met this Asari at Krala's who said that she'd let me in on a little score. Apparently there's this matriarch who came over on the Nexus, only she died in stasis. My contact says that she's next in line for the old lady's credits. A lot of credits. And get this, she says that she'll split them with me. The trouble is there's red tape, transfer fees, and she's having trouble mustering up the credits to clear them. Asked me if I could cover the transfer costs. I tried to bring Vetra in on this, but she says it's a scam. I'm not so sure. It seems like a pretty good opportunity to me. Drac. From Jal. Ryder, I told Liam and Peebee and Lexi a children's story that the mothers used to tell us when we were small. It's from our oral history of the time before the Scourge. The crew said I should write it down so that it can be added to the cultural center on the Nexus. The Wayward Child. Long ago, there was a child who was very stubborn and wouldn't listen to any wisdom, not from her father, nor her many mothers. One day, seeking adventure, she snuck aboard a spaceship with an unknown destination. That child was brave to seek adventure. However, she ended up getting spaced with a load of garbage. Deservedly, she froze in the cold vacuum of space and died. The end. I don't know why the crew enjoyed it. It's a terrible story meant to scare youngsters into obedience. Is this a novelty to your people? If so, how do humans keep children from hurting themselves? Jal. Gosh. From Drac. I thought I'd show you what Strux sent me. A transcript of an audio log that's got me worried about the colony. It sounds like Morta's cooking up something. I don't know what to think. Stop arguing with me, Brink. It's payback time for the initiative. They don't care about us, but they will. Soon they're gonna know that I am Overlord, and once I execute my plan, there'll be no denying that the Krogan rule Helios. And then they'll come begging to us. Okay, Mortal, get a team together. Gather everything we need. No Krogan bows to the down to the Nexus again. Yeah, we'll meet Morta later. We'll definitely have a chat with her later.
There's much to say about that facility on Vault. Pathfinder, sorry if things got strange last time we talked. You're the first person I told about all that. It, felt really good.
Anything I can do for my team, Liam.
Stuff like that goes above and beyond Pathfinder. At least I hope so. Anyway, made me think we should do more just out and about. Off-ship, like the market on Aya. I've got some contacts and some things I'd like your eyes on. But mostly, it's a day out. Something familiar. Turns out I need that.
Ah, Ryder. Sorry for the mess.
Who's your friend?
An exalted Ket. I called Jarl to show him. Ah, there he is. Jarl, look at this. There's nothing Angara inside.
The physical can be deceiving.
I've run hundreds of tests. Only traces of the Angara genome remain. The exalted are Ket.
There must be a way to fix them.
Anything's possible. We just have to keep trying.
Even from mistakes, we can learn. Thank you, Ryder.
What?
Jarl needs to accept that exaltation is permanent. You're making his grief worse.
We've barely scratched the surface of what Cat are capable of.
The exalted are new beings. It's more than a transformation, it's a birth. There's no going back. Jarl is part of this crew. His welfare is my responsibility.
I know this job was a surprise, but you've really stepped up. And look, you got your Ket sample.
Their bodies are unlike anything I've seen. Centuries of gene stealing, crafted evolution. It's horrible, of course, but also fascinating.
Glad you're settling in.
Sink or swim, right? I should probably clean this up before it starts to smell.
So, based on some of those emails, we gotta go around and talk to some people. Especially Cora. What the? What does it want me to... Really? You want me to scan the couch? Oh my gosh, scanner. What? What do you want me to scan now?
We got it, Ryder.
You patched up the Asari flight recorder?
Some old access codes, a little data recovery from Sam. We have the Asari Ark's last heading. Nav points are set. We can head there whenever you're ready.
That flight recorder was a mess. Are these nav points solid?
Worst case, we get a little closer. I'll take a good chance over no chance. We need the Asari and Sarissa more than ever. I trust you to find them before the Ket do. Pirates, exiles, severed heads. Kadara Port's a peach, huh? And Reyes treats it all like a game. Anything you needed?
How's the search for the Asari Ark going?
Those nav points are set. I'm ready if you are.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
That's going to be the next thing we do, by the way. Because that is Cora's loyalty mission. And this is also we are also about to get Vetra's loyalty mission as well, right here. Once we go to, well, first we have to go talk to Vetra here on the Tempest. Excuse me.
Hey, Ryder. Got an encrypted message from Sid. She has news and wanted to talk to us both. Connecting the call now.
Finally, I've been waiting for hours.
So you want to tell us what this is all about?
I was listening to Outpost updates and caught a message about settlers going missing.
What do you mean they're missing?
They didn't leave voluntarily. No work assignments, no mining expeditions, kidnapped. I dug around, and I think I know where they've been taken. A cave on a moon in the Ramov system. Originally an Angaran mine, I think, but they abandoned it.
I don't believe the planet you're talking about is a moon.
Whatever.
What did I tell you about getting involved?
I couldn't just do nothing.
How do we know your intel's even reliable?
It's reliable.
I trust your sister, and there's no sense in wasting time.
See? That's a Pathfinder.
Sid, just give us everything you have on this.
Already done. Could I come along? I want to help.
You know the answer to that.
Right, of course. Stay away from bad people, guns, bombs, Krogan beer.
You did good. I just want you to be safe, okay?
Yeah.
Alright. So when we go to that new HO-47C, we'll have that.
Kadara is a lifesaver. I'd promised some people some things I wasn't sure I could get. Turns out I can get them all on Kadara. Funny how things work out.
Are you breaking any laws, trading with exiles?
If the law isn't in writing yet, can I really break it? We're living on the edge, Ryder. I'll sweat the small stuff when I've got survival figured out.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Just double check before we cut off. Any possible conversations and such.
Sloan. She hasn't changed a bit since the mutiny. Just finally showing her colors instead of pretending to be civilized and shit.
Can we expect any more trouble with her, or are we done with the surprises?
Done with surprises? She's twistier than a biotic in an Ezo storm. She'll keep her word, big on honor, that one. Just never show any weakness and you'll be fine.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Gil is over here. By the way, in case you're wondering, what about for other companions? Well, PBs won't continue until we go back to Vold and get that Remtech, and then we can actually progress her mission from there. Obviously, we have to go ahead and keep following this Spender thing for Drac. As far as Liam, Actually, yeah, I think this may lead to his actual loyalty mission here, and this is also going to lead to Jaal's loyalty mission as well. Basically, if it has their name attached, it's going to have, possibly lead to, say, the loyalty mission here, which, of course, is the big thing there for them.
Did I hear right? You're going after the Archon ship?
Looks like it.
Last time we crossed his path, you nearly broke my baby here. Now, tell me you have a better plan of escape this go-around.
We'll be winging it, as usual.
I'll get my tools. Just stay out of the Scourge, huh?
How's your friend Jill doing?
Good. Busy. Apparently, prepping multiple species for procreation is a lot of work. Who knew? Waiting to get it all started was killing her. Now she's being shot out of a cannon, so to speak.
Regale me with some poker wisdom.
Well, bluffing and reading players aside, poker is all about math. If the odds of getting the card you need are greater than the bet, make the bet.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Maybe that's why I struggle at poker so much. Well, not so much, but I do love playing poker, but I'm not exactly a great poker player. Even though I love playing it.
Kadara Port's pretty grisly, huh? Probably get into all sorts of trouble there. And now we're going after the Archon's ship? Sure that's a good idea.
In the absence of any others, it's an excellent one.
Guess I can't argue with that. Anything else to go over?
So what's your take? Is this Meridian what we think it is?
Everything we've seen, each remnant system we've uncovered, is connected to everything else. The bots, the monoliths, the vaults. It stands to reason that activating Meridian will connect the entire network and rekindle terraforming across the cluster.
So you think we're doing the right thing?
Well, yeah.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
I don't believe it! Gil's reconfigured our entire nav array. O'Connell risked a dozen spacewalks putting that in place. Damn it!
Callow, don't.
Take the helm. I've had enough of this. You don't give a damn what my team and I went through to build this ship.
No, I don't. I care about us surviving out here, and if that means redesigning...
You don't have the right!
Knock it off, both of you.
Sure. Once he gets off my back about how I work on the Tempest.
You weren't here. We had to get all kinds of new tech working in a single starship. 50-hour shifts, epiphanies, accidents. Humans can forget. Solarians can't. To me, it's all still happening. My team is here. Stripping down the Tempest like some broken radio risks everything they suffered to build. Their legacy.
I can see how you'd feel that way.
Seriously? Look, Callow, your people did a great job, but they're dead. And they couldn't have anticipated half the problems in Helios. Like the Scourge. If we don't adapt, we'll die too. Is that what you want their legacy to be?
Gutting a complex ship out in space isn't adapting. It's irresponsible and disrespectful.
So, this is kind of a they're both right situation here. Because what Gil just said about how we do need to adapt to deal with the things that were not expected, he's right. But, in my opinion, the way I feel about this, I think he's going about it kind of the wrong way. While I do commend that he wants to actually try and do things to try and make the Tempest better to adapting to what we're dealing with out here, the way he goes about it, just going ahead and doing it without checking with anyone, without checking if it interferes with anything or if it could cause some issues, he doesn't consult with anybody. He just does it without, asking or checking if everyone's okay with it. And what Callow said is right. When he's doing this out in space, Like, if he was doing this while we're docked or something, that's one thing. But he does this when we are out in space, which I find ridiculous to do, that you would be tinkering with the ship out in space. Because if something goes wrong, we could, all die, because that could cause a number of issues. It could also cause a rupture, which could have us have everything and us sucked into the vacuum of space. A number of things could go wrong tinkering with the ship out in space. So yeah, I agree with Callow that it's an irresponsible thing for Gil to be doing. And when it comes to how he feels about how it's sort of disrespectful to everything that Callow's team did to get this ship up and running, I can also understand where Callow's coming from. So this is why I say I have a tendency to agree with Callow when this situation comes up in this game. But Callow's going to be willing to kind of this is not going to be necessarily be the end of this. Callow is going to be willing to kind of compromise with Gil later on.
The Tempest has too many new systems doing new things to just adapt on the fly. If we make changes, let's make them carefully and with respect.
She's your ship. I just hope you know what you're doing.
Ryder, I know it's not... Thank you.
Okay, it's over. Let's get back to work.
Callow?
A foolish thing to get angry over, isn't it? Perhaps you had to be there when the Tempest was made. In a way, I'm always there. I see my team's faces as clearly as yours. What's the saying? People aren't dead while someone still remembers them?
Remember them for me. Tell me who they were.
Serena still wore her bondmate's perfume years after they separated. I can see the patterns Tion embroidered in his Enviro suit. I see Lucille, O'Connell, too. Maybe they're not completely gone.
If they still comfort and inspire you, are the people you love really dead?
It would be very hard to be the last, though the Tempest will outlast us all. Did you need anything else?
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Ryder.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
So, if I have this correct...
Now orbiting Kadara.
Alright, so yeah, you'll see a number of other systems have opened up. Eladon is over here, and there are some other systems over here that have opened up as well. And this is where that other Turian Golden World has opened up. And this is where the Cora loyalty mission is. So yeah, a number of things are going on. Plus we also have to go back to both Aya and the Nexus for other things. Plus we also have to go back to Vold and Havarl for a number of other things as well. Not to mention EOS still has stuff for us to do over there. So yeah, we have a lot of things to do. As I said, we're going to be holding off on doing the main story for quite some time, so that transponder is going to be sitting on Kadara for quite some time. I do want to go back to both Havarl and Vold to be able to continue the other loyalty missions for PB and for Jal. I think we'll also have to... We may have to go back to Kadara to follow the Spender connection for Drac, but... yeah, basically we'll be working on those things. But the fact that the core mission is already up here, let's go ahead and go here to this system. And since it's up and available, that will be the next thing that we do in this playthrough. We may not do Vetra's loyalty mission right away afterwards, because we also still have to go back to the Nexus and chat with Sid as well. So we may go to the Nexus afterwards.
Eerie. I'm picking up something. Probe away.
This is
There it
Cora's
is.
nav point?
Actually, hold on a second. because I realize once we do this mission, we'll then go. It'll trigger something when we go back to the Nexus afterwards. So let's go back to the Nexus first. Then we'll do Cora's mission. I know this is going long. We're already over an hour. I'm going to be cutting off very soon. I just also remembered that there were a few other tasks over here as well that I need to go ahead and address. Plus, there are some people who want to talk to us about something kind of important. After all, the captain of our Ark had something very sensitive to discuss with us.
Pathfinder, this is Captain Dunn. There's a situation I could use your assistance with. I'd rather not discuss it over open channels. Please come see me on the Hyperion Bridge as soon as you can.
It's like they spawn when I'm not looking. It never ends.
Free for an interview? I'd like to know more about the Angara. It's not often a first contact goes so smoothly. At least the Angara are more peaceful than the Ket. There's high hopes for this alliance.
The Angara are survivors, and they're willing to help. They'll be great allies.
The Angara soldier who joined your team has a few fans already, but everyone's talking about Aya. Green plants, flowing water? Our leaders have discussed whether we should send colonists there.
Aya is a sovereign planet of the Angara. We have no right to settle there.
Strong stuff. Here's hoping we don't need to. Okay, that's... Oh, a call from the director's office. Excuse me.
Enough. Look, this isn't going to work.
Yes, Director? No, that cut's final, I'm afraid. Yes, I understand perfectly. We're doing great, Ryder. Thanks for everything.
Maybe he thought he was being honest. He was being an ass.
I was waiting for any follow-up to that. But what I was, what we learned from the mayor is that they have very limited resources on Aya, so that's why they don't even stay there permanently, only for a period of time. So for us to go then colonize there, I think would be a bad idea. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. And we're going to go ahead and do some stuff here on the Nexus. We have some people to talk to. Captain Dunn herself needs to talk to us about something important. So we're going to go ahead and do some, running around and chatting on the Nexus. And then we'll probably make our way towards doing Cora's mission. That's the next big thing I want to do. But let's go ahead and do some running around and chatting on the Nexus and such real quick. So stay tuned.